Think with the chance, find the difference. Welcome to our live show today. This is Vincent. Today I'm going to share some ideas on protecting liver health in poultry. Welcome you leave your comments and ideas to discuss with me. When it comes to the liver, we know that the liver is the largest digestive gland in the body of poultry, and it is also the central station of metabolism in the body. The liver participates in the body's metabolism, detoxification, bile production, blood coagulation, immunity, and other functions. It is also in the production of heat, regulating blood circulation, and regulating the balance of water and electrolytes. It is a huge chemical factory in poultry. The liver is also an important part of the reticuloendothelial system, an important organ of immunity, and actively participates in normal immune activities. Although it does not directly produce antibodies, it has a large number of macrophages that play an important role in immunity. But why we pay special attention on poultry industry? Firstly, poultry have no immune organs, lymph gland. After the pathogenic microorganisms break through the mucosal and the skin barriers, they will enter the blood and the lymphatic circulation through the blood circulation. However, birds do not have a lymph gland. These pathogens will eventually enter the liver, and the liver will become the last barrier against the invasion of external pathogenic microorganisms. The liver of poultry is at a greater risk than the liver of mammals. Once the liver is not good, virus, foreign antigens, or some toxic and harmful substances will directly enter the blood and enter the overall blood circulation of the whole body. In a pathological state, the virus material components in the internal environment of the body fluid can still meet the normal physiological activities of the virus organs, tissues, and cells of the body. Most of this part of the work is done by the liver. This is also given by the poultry during the illness. The reason why the treatment period can be greatly shortened when the treatment drugs are combined with liver protection drugs. Secondly, the liver is related to the digestive function of the poultry gastrointestinal tract. Under normal circumstances, after pathogenic microorganisms pass through the gastrointestinal tract, the body can resist the invasion of external virus through its own gastrointestinal mucosal barrier. But if the intestinal mucosa is damaged, the intestinal flora will form a large endotoxin in the animal body. The result of this kind of endotoxin is merely eliminated by the liver. Disorders of the gastrointestinal tract often cause liver disease or the occurrences of corresponding illnesses. The liver functions well, and it can also assist in the repair of the gastrointestinal mucosa. The gastrointestinal mucosa can repair itself through continuous proliferation and constant shedding. This is also the time when poultry's long-term gastrointestinal disease cannot be cured for a long time. Simultaneous treatment with similar drugs will achieve a certain effect. Thirdly, the role of the liver in disease prevention and control should not be underestimated. The liver is an important part of the reticuloendothelial system, an important organ of immunity, and actively participates in normal immune activities. Although it does not directly produce antibodies, it has a large number of macrophages that play an important role in immunity. Above all, that's the reason we say for poultry, liver protection is life-saving. Then you may have the question, why? What are the factors that affect liver function? We say most of the lesions will cause damage to the liver of laying hens. As the saying goes in China, 10 diseases and 9 hurt the liver. The lesions on the liver are one of the most overlooked lesions in laying hens. In the later state of laying breeding, once there is death, it is often found that the liver has been swollen, ruptured, bleeding, discolored, and deteriorated when the dead chicken is dissected. Because the liver is the only organ without neurology, no matter how heavy the body is, it will not show obvious symptoms. The content of estrogen in laying hens is relatively high. Estrogen not only promotes the development of follicles and accelerates the running speed of eggs in the fallopian tube, but also promotes the synthesis and deposition of fat in the liver. Generally, layers with a higher laying rate are more likely to induce fatty liver. At the same time, the layers continue to produce high yields and high metabolic load. When the metabolic energy in layer feed is high, certain nutrients are lacking, like choline, methionine, vitamins, etc., and toxins in the diet. We see the glucosinolate toxin contained in rapeseed cake, aflatoxin produced by mold, etc. Exceeding the standard, etc., will cause varying degrees of damage to the liver. And the main manifestation of weakened liver function of laying hens include the fatty liver and low immunity and high death rate, abnormal digestion, frequent intestinal disease, liver rupture, high mortality. The peak egg production time is short and the egg weight is light. So, what should we do to protect liver health? We say treatment is not as good as prevention. Here, I suggest you to try the innovative functional feed additive, bileacid. In the hepatoenteric circulation, bileacid can activate the activity of lipids to hydrolyze fat while emulsifying fat, and then form high, low, or micron with fatty acid, so that fatty acids can be absorbed through the membrane to promote efficient digestion and absorption of fat. In addition, the bile acid returned to the liver can stimulate the secretion of bile and block the bile duct, eliminate harmful substances such as mycotoxins and bacterial endotoxins, thereby protecting the liver and gallbladder. Here I prepare a video to show you how bile acids works on liver protection.
In modern breeding industry, fat or oil content become more and more high in feed formulation. However, it's a complicated process for fat digestion with 3 steps: emulsification, digestion, and absorption. Different with emulsifiers, bileacids play an important role in the whole steps. Emulsification. Bileacids have a special structure by which combine with hydrophilic elements and lipophilic elements. One of them can fix in water and another one will insert into the fat. Under this way, fat can be emulsified into little droplets, which will help enlarge the contact areas with lipase. Digestion. The suitable pH value for lipase is 8 to 9. But the pH value in the intestine is 6 to 7. Lipase doesn't work under this condition. The lipase can be activated by bileacids. When they combine together, as bileacids can open its cap and release the catalyzed elements. In the meanwhile, the structure of lipase is also changed, which can let fat droplets contact with catalytes. Under this way, fat would be hydrolyzed into fatty acids, glycerinum and monoglyceride. Absorption. Short-chain fatty acid would be absorbed directly, while long-chain fatty acid can only be absorbed after combining into chloramicron with bileacids and a phospholipid. As one carrier, bileacids can help fatty acids get through the identification system of intestine epithelial cell and then pass into bloodstream in order to finish the absorption process.
Okay, welcome back. Hoping you are clear now with the mechanism of bileacids on liver protection. If you have any question or any interest of bileacids, welcome you contact us for more info. Okay, that's all the content I'm going to share with you today. Think with the chance, find the difference. We will see you next time. Bye.